Today, I'm going to share with you how much money you need to test a product. I'm not just going to say it, I'm going to show it to you guys. A lot of drop shippers, they say, oh, you need that much money, you need this much money, but they never show anything. Today, I'm going to share with you one, two, three, four, five different products that I've spent money on. And you can see, okay, how much did he spend to test the products? And we're going to go through each one of those products. Obviously, most of them failed, and the last one didn't. But I'm going to share to you the one that failed first, and the one that didn't, I'm going to keep it until the end of the video. Obviously, stay until the end if you want to see what happened. But yeah, let's start diving in, and I'm going to be as transparent as possible. Okay, so as you can see right here, we have one, two, three, four, five, six. So six ad groups. We have one sale, and overall, it wasn't really performing well. I wasn't having any sales whatsoever, even though the metrics were great overall. This CTR decent, but I didn't have sales. So what I spent on this product, $58 total. 58 and 6 cents. Okay, great. Now let's take a look at the other one. So as you can see right here, we have four ad groups and we have two sales. Well, the only reason that on this one that I spent $77 is because I got two sales, but I tried to scale them and they didn't really scale. So that's why I overspent my budget a little bit. But at the end of the day, I got two sales. The two sales, maybe what, $20 profit margin. So I probably was in the negative of $30 at the end. So it wasn't a big deal. It is okay. Now on this scenario right here, so again, metrics not too bad. CTR horrible though, but as you can see, $44. So we spend $44 on that one, on this one. So for again, CPC, this one was extremely bad. CTR extremely bad, and we spent $26. So as you can see on the first four, obviously I'm going to keep the last one for the end of the video. So relax. We're going to go over it. But as you can see, okay, so we spent $58 on here, we spent $77 on there, we spent $44, and we spent $26. So overall, as you can see on those four products, we spend on average of maybe between $45 to $50. So to test the product, you will assume that you would need around $50, and that's what we preach every single time. You need $50 to scale up to test a product to see if it's viable. If it's viable, how do you know if it's viable? It will start making sales consistently, like the last one that I'm going to share with you in a few seconds. So don't overspend. Don't spend hundreds of dollars. There's no need. Look, $26. Nothing was great. I just move on. This one, $44, moved on. This one, $77. I didn't move on early because I got two sales. And on that one, $58, and I didn't move on earlier because I got one sale. So the only reason that I actually overspend more than $40 is because I got a sale. So every time that you get a sale, you want to spend a little bit more to see if you can get a second one and if the product is scalable. But if not, then most of the time I even spend $40 and below. So you can test with $40 between 50. I think it's a good guess. So if you want to test one, two, three products a week, well, you know what is the mathematic. Okay, I can test one product a week, so it means I spend $50 a week. I can spend two products a week, so it means I spend $100 a week. So this is the average. Obviously, certain products you'll spend a little bit more. If you're a beginner and you don't have a mentor, you'll definitely spend a bit more because you don't know what metrics to look at. But overall, this is what you should be aware of. So if you spend $100, if you spend $200, there's simply no need. Simply stick to the strategy that me and my brother, we preach every single day, and don't overspend. Because at the end of the day, there's so many products out there that you don't need to stick to one. Now, let's look at this one right here. So this one right here, we spend $388. And you're going to say like, oh, but you overspent. No, I didn't overspend because look, I got 30 sales on here. I got 10 sales on here, 7, 6, 5, and 1. As you can see, this one that I got 1 wasn't able to scale. So it kept it, I kept it there, and all the other ones were able to scale. This one a little bit, this one a little bit more, and this one incredibly. So I was able to make what, $1,000, spend 388. I'm fine with that. At the end of the day, it is what it is. And like I said, guys, look, this product didn't work. This product didn't work. This product didn't work. This product didn't work, and that one worked. You only need one product to change your life. You don't need 5. You don't need 20. Only one. And if you look closely, let's do the math right here. We, so basically, we had, so I think we had a clean $15 profit margin on that product, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, between $15 and $20. So let's just do a quick math. So let's do 30 plus 10 plus 7 plus 6 plus 5 plus 1, 59 times 15, including the ad spend, obviously. So it's $800. So on that product, I made $800. And as you can see, I spent what? 26, 44, 77, and 58. So that product, 1 day of profitability, was able to pay for all my previous product tested. And now I'll be able to scale this product for a few days, if not a few months, if not a few weeks, if not a few months. So that's what I'm saying, guys, is it's okay to be in the negative at the beginning if you spend a few $100s in order to find your winning product. In a matter of days, you will be able to recover that money the moment you have your winner. The only thing that I'm going to tell you guys is don't go in debt to find that winner, because there's so much things that you don't know when it comes down to drop shipping. Use the cash that you have in hands and limit yourself to a certain amount of testing that you can maintain weekly. So if you can only maintain one product per week, only test one product per week. If you only can test 2 products per week, then test 2 products per week. Whatever the number is, stick to it, stay consistent at it. In a matter of a few weeks, you'll be able to have a winning product that will repay everything and start printing you money. And after that, you'll have money, you'll have hardcore cash that you'll be able to reuse to retest products later on. So guys, like I said, drop shipping is not a hardcore science. You don't need a university degree. You don't need to go to Harvard. You don't need something crazy. The only thing that you need is you need some sort of consistent and knowing your metrics. If you know your metrics, you have consistency, you'll be able to make a bag in a matter of a few weeks. The most successful student that we had in our lifetime, me and my brother, were the people that were just simply consistent. They didn't care about anything. And they were just, okay, you tell me to do this, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do it for a long period of time. And all of them had success. The one that didn't have success, it's because of their fault. They weren't consistent. They always have excuses. Look, I understand that some things can happen in your life. There's, probably a family member that passed away. You got your car stolen. You got bitten by a dog. I heard every excuse possible. But the difference between me, my successful students, and the other people is we find excuses to work. We don't find excuses to not work. That's the difference. And I'm just going to tell you right away, it's going to be hard. You need to take the best version of yourself, the most consistent version of yourself, and you need to forget about everything else for a few months at least. And if you do, you're going to be successful. You're going to be able to make money, to help your family, to have the life that you want. Look, I'm 28 years old. I started this journey when I was like 20, 21 years old. And now I'm living the dream with my brother, and he can do too. I wasn't a genius. I didn't have great grades. I was just able to understand that a business takes time, take consistency. And if I put time, consistency, and I consume knowledge, I will be able to succeed. and you can do the same thing. So yeah, guys, this is the video of today. Wish you all an amazing rest of the day. Let me know if you have any question, and see you on the next video. Peace out.